Okay, hello today. It's another segment of Ask Christopher. I'm here with Jerry from Top Line Roofing, a good friend of mine. He does shingle roofing, but his expertise is flat roofing. We're here in the Bronx today, and we're taking care of a job that one of my clients needed a flat roof done. So what do? I call in Jerry. He's the expert. He has all the different licenses, the different types of insurance that is required. It's a misnomer what's required for flat roofing. But we're just gonna go through a couple of particulars today. And if you have any questions, you can write them in and we'll be happy to answer your questions. So welcome, Jerry.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I appreciate that.
So Jerry, how long have you been doing flat roofing now?
We've been doing flat roofing for about 15 years. Top Line has been around, actually 10 years, but we've been doing this a lot longer than that. So through apprenticeships that we've done previously, this is how we have our expertise, in flat roofing and all stages of roofing, everything from PMMA all the way through metal roofing to shingle roof. Yep. So
Jerry, what made you get into the roofing business?
well, it's a funny story. My dad used to own the construction company, previous to it became Top Line. And, back then things were done a lot different. They were done in handshake, no licensing, no contracting, so pretty much that's how I got involved in it. We started the business as gutter cleaning, power washing business, and then being up there on the roof line, that's when we started to see a lot of issues, a lot of repairs needed, a lot of, flashing, and that's how we pretty much started into that business.
Okay. So basically you started off doing residential.
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
And you matriculated into commercial. Do you find commercial is a better space for your business?
It is a better space in the sense of the size of the projects, the longevity of the projects. That's what we're looking for. We're looking to obviously be at a project, more than just a week's time, which is your average residential. Your average residential project normally takes around 3 to 4 days, depending on the size of it. But where a commercial project can go anywhere between a month to 3 to a year. It varies within that.
That's quite. That's a big leap from going to a residential into, project of that size. I understand you're like on air projects on Governor's Island.
Mm-hmm.
You do work for the Salvation Army,
Correct.
I believe.
Yep.
So there's substantial projects that you do now in the flat roofing business.
Correct.
So why don't you tell us, Jerry, what are some of the misnomers that people have because they don't know what type of flat roofing they should get on their home, whether it be a cold press apply, am I saying it correctly?
Cold applied.
Cold applied.
Mhm.
Then you have what we call torch down,
Correct.
and then you have the different types of roofing. And I think that's where a lot of, especially even I believe in your commercial,
Mhm.
you get a lot of people who are bidding jobs that are not really the same thing. The
Correct.
scope of work is not really comparable, and the price really changes a lot, right?
Absolutely. I mean, obviously, commercial projects are a lot more expensive because of the cost of material. One of the things that we have to always keep in mind is your location. So we're in the Northeast. We have 4 seasons, and not only do we have 4 seasons, we're also we get a track of the hurricanes that come in, so wind velocity. You also have as well, salt air, so all that dries up the shingles, dries up, the roofing membrane. And these are things that you need to take into consideration as a client, all right? Your average roofer will normally recommend the 2 types of roofing systems that are used pretty much everywhere, which is, like you said, your cold applied and your torch down. So those are the two basics. Now we have, because of technology, we're able to have a type of plastic polymer or liquid applied systems, which last a lot longer. Their longevity is better. They're used to having water ponding on top of roofs, because it's always very important to have a pitch towards your drainage systems. And unfortunately, a lot of roofers don't use insulation or tapered insulation or dense deck, which is what gives you your stability and pitch on a roof. And these are big areas that a lot of clients don't understand. They don't understand this concept, and unfortunately, this is where your mediocre roofers tend to save money on their end by not giving this type of advice to the client.
Okay, so we're doing this job today, or you're doing this job today,
Right.
and we're gonna show you some video as far as exactly what's being done, how it's being applied, how it was stripped by his crew, okay? And another thing that's important for people to have the right type of insurances,
Absolutely.
certifications,
Absolutely.
because warranties play a big part of getting your job done properly and insured later. Because in the event something happens, the manufacturers want to make sure that the person who's doing the job has the right certifications,
Correct.
so they can back up their warranties. That is so important, correct?
Absolutely. I'm certified with two of the major, I guess you can say, manufacturers of roofing systems. One is Garland, and they are the top tier manufacturers out there. Their products are very expensive, and their warranties are very lucrative for the client. Normally the average warranty on a Garland product is anywhere between 20 to 30-year warranty. Now, to become certified, you have to go through a certain process, and not just anyone can pass these processes. You have to go through the courses. On top of that, you have to do application. Then you have on-site visits where the Garland representative comes there and he takes a look at how the seams are put in, how the steps are done for the manufacturer. And it's unfortunately, it's exactly what you want as a client, to have a person that's educated in the system that they're putting in there. And I think that's very important for us.
Okay, so I want you to stay tuned. We're going to show you the finished product later on, either today or tomorrow. When it's done, you're going to see the finished product. Most of all, so know the contractor that you're going to hire. Make sure they have the proper certifications. Make sure they are licensed and they have proper insurance. Okay, there's a lot of different insurances out there. There's general contractor insurance, and then there's specific roofing insurance, because you may not get covered if you have a loss because you hired a general contractor who does not have the correct insurance to cover roofing, because most companies will exempt a contractor from even touching a roof. Very important. That's for you homeowners. Also, for you commercial owners who have properties and you just want to skirt the system, get the cheapest guy going out there, and the next thing you know, because if you don't do it right, you'll do it again, you'll do it again, and you'll do it again, okay? Cheap always costs you more in the end.
Absolutely.
So, let's take a look at what's going on. Thanks a lot, Jerry. I appreciate your work, and I appreciate your professionalism and our friendship.
Absolutely.
All right.
My pleasure.
It's a sunny day out today, so we're sitting here with glasses on. Normally, we don't do interviews with glasses, but you know what? We're just being ourselves today, and we're just going to get this job done. It's a beautiful day here in the Northeast, so you guys stay tuned.